Hello friends and welcome to the video. If you are stuck in that 12 bar box playing those 12 bar blues and banging the same scale pattern over the whole thing time and time again, this video is for you, because what we're going to do is we're going to look at ways of breaking out of that box, especially over the first chord of the 12 bar, the most important one that happens most of the time, to make your playing sound a little bit more interesting and give you some options and take you to the next level. What we're not going to do is throw away anything that you've already got. So if you already know that box pattern, that's great, you're going to keep that. And all we're going to do is add one note to that pattern over that A chord to make it that little bit more interesting and start outlining those chords so you sound like a more sophisticated player. Okay, if you like the idea of that, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get started. So, if you've got an A7 chord, and in blues we always work with 7 chords, so there's an A7 chord. We're going to play blues in A. You're used to playing that box pattern just there. Everybody can do that, and we all know that. It's a pattern we all know and love, and it's great, and there's nothing wrong with it. However, if you want to take that to the next level and sound a little more sophisticated, you need to start outlining those chords as you play. So if you look at the chord shape, we've got most of the notes that are in the chord are in that box shape, except for on the 3rd string, you've got a C sharp on the 6th fret. That's not in that blues pattern, is it? It's not in that scale, because you're used to playing that. And that note is there. So that's our key. That's our gateway, our way in. All we need to do is change that one note or add that one note. And you don't need to play it all the time. You don't need to throw away what you already know. All you need to do is to incorporate that one note. So for example, if I'm going to go, I could change that and add that note. And all I've done is replace this one with that one. I could change any note I like for it. I could approach it from a different direction. I could land on it. And landing on it and ending on it makes it really, really strong. Listen. See how well it fits the chord? Every time, and it works and it outlines that chord. So you can approach it by coming down to it and landing on it. You can approach it by going up the scale and landing on it. You can approach it by encircling it, which means you play the note above, the note below, and then you play that note. So you could start above, below, and play the note. You could do it the other way around. You could play below, above, and then the note. Either way, it will always work. If you end a phrase on it, or put that near the end of a phrase, it will sound great. If you put it in the middle of a phrase, it will sound great. And it always works with that A7 chord. And when you're coming back to the chord from your D7 chord, your chord 4, playing that note is really, really strong. Okay, so there's D7 to that C sharp note, really, really strong. Right, if you can play it there, the next step is to look at where else you can play it in the same position. So an octave above is there. So your standard blues pattern. All you need to do is add that note to the top of it. So there's your standard blues pattern. I'm going one note higher. That's all, one note higher, and I've got the octave of that, so I can now end on those notes. See how it works? I can approach it from above, from below. Anything that happens there, I can do there. Just the same, if I go an octave below, I've got my blues pattern there. One note down on the 5th string gives you an octave of that note, so I can do the same thing there. It all works. So try mixing it up Have an experiment. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the video. I'd really appreciate it when you do that. And there's a series of these videos all talking about how you can develop that first chord in the blues, and from there you'll be able to apply all the same things to all the other chords, and it will take your playing to the next level. Okay, happy practicing. I'll see you soon.